and once again raise the bar of tag team wrestling.
Dory Funk Jr. and Adam Windsor defeated the reunited most dominant tag team and most violent tag team in Wildside history, Rainman and Murder One, Blackout, to advance in this tournament. Rick Michaels and Chris Michaels defeated the team of Sex, Love, and Money. This is a second round matchup, two fan favorite teams. Dory Funk Jr. in the ring, the legend with a Wildside legend, the original chosen one, Rick Michaels.
In many ways, Rick Michaels is our own sort of ring veteran here at Wildside, but sort of pales in comparison with the experience that Dory Funk Jr. obviously brings to the game.
Tag made into the Royal Scud, Adam Windsor, side headlock takeover. Windsor from England, the student of Dory Funk Jr. as prize protege, very well skilled in mat technique. Side headlock applied there continually. Rick Michaels, Irish whip, shoulder tackle. Down goes Michaels. Windsor goes right back to the side headlock and tags in his mentor, Dory Funk Jr.
And Dory Funk Jr., even though the man is semi-retired, frankly, it's not much of a retirement, really, when you're actually testing your tag team medal here at a tag team tournament at NWA Wildside. Personally, when I get retired, I want to have my silly ass in a lawn chair for the next 30 years.
Dory Funk Jr. continues to train vigorously in Ocala, Florida, with a Funking Conservatory, where he hosts weekly training camps for up-and-coming wrestling hopefuls, and it's still working with the World Wrestling Entertainment in a small capacity to prepare their stars of tomorrow as well.
A bit of a psychological ploy on the part of the original chosen one, Rick Michaels. Obviously, a lot of respect he has for Dory Funk Jr.
Dory Funk Jr. schoolboy on Chris Michaels. The veteran very familiar with the Middle Tennessee wrestling scene. A native of several, and a veteran of several Nashville, Tennessee mat wars, as well as the Kentucky Anna area for Ohio Valley Wrestling. Hammerlock there by Chris Michaels. Chris and Rick Michaels, non-brothers, have decided to team together for NWA Total Nonstop Action, and they can be seen teaming regularly every Wednesday night on pay-per-view. And I know many of you Wildside fans, if you don't watch NWA TNA, you're probably not familiar with Chris Michaels and Rick Michaels as a tag team combination, but they wanted their bid in the tournament. Rick Michaels probably has a lot on his mind. He's also got coming up tonight as your main event against his arch rival, the Soul Assassin Rainman. He's going to be in a barbed wire match, the first in Wildside history. Irish whip by Dory Funk Jr., back elbow to Chris Michaels, and down he goes.
So one would think with Rick Michaels having a barbed wire match only a couple of hours away, sure, that's got to weigh pretty heavy on his mind. The fact you have Dory Funk Jr. and Adam Windsor staring you right down the nose, in all honesty, it's got to be kind of a tough little balance to do.
2 count only. Windsor continues to apply the side headlock in action. Teams that also received a bye to the second round from Combat Zone Wrestling, a promotion that Wildside is at a very bitter war with. The Backseat Boys, Trent Acid and Johnny Cashmere, going to be renewing a rivalry with one of the teams that has really given them a lot of trouble in Combat Zone Wrestling, one of Wildside's own, the Lost Boys, Azrael and Gabriel. Also on the card tonight, we've got the Battle of the Giants. The 600-pound behemoth, Wildside heavyweight champion, the Iceberg, gets in the ring with a 7-foot-tall, 400-pound Stone Mountain.
And completing the big Fright Night picture, the green guy revealed just a few weeks ago of being returning Jason Cross faces at one time one of his best friends, John Phoenix, in a grudge match, frankly, to end all grudge matches. All that and so much more as part of Fright Night 2002.
It's the patented Dory Funk forearm and an armbar applied onto Chris Michaels.
Just ask Jeff Bailey what that feels like.
Jeff Bailey got one of those handed to him last night in the main event, the last first-round matchup. He also received yet another spinning toe hold, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's still hobbling out here tonight.
It couldn't happen to a nicer CEO, attorney/agent.
Another Irish whip, shoulder tackle. Down goes Windsor, up and over goes Chris Michaels. Windsor ducks a clothesline there. Windsor with a boot to the face of Chris Michaels. And a deep arm drag.
Working on the arm is precisely the tack that Dory Funk Jr. and the Royal stud Adam Windsor utilized on Blackout last night, and since they advanced into the second round, in all honesty, it obviously worked.
Yeah, yes it did. Speaking of other teams advancing to the second round, the Ticking Time Bomb, Scotty Wren, and Tank are finally going to get their hands on Future Shock. Future Shock's been the ultimate thorn in the side of the two psychotic monsters. And now these two teams are going to meet head-to-head. The Briscoe brothers also receiving a bye to the second round. They're going to be facing Tony Mamaluke and Onyx. Fright Night 2002 tonight, a premier event for NWA Wildside.
And if you're watching this on NWA Wildside Television, the whole Fright Night 2002 is available as part of a 2-volume set at Wildside Home Video. Details forthcoming on your screen as well as on the web at nwa-wildside.com.
Dory Funk Jr. working on Chris Michaels in the corner there.
Those patented Funk forearms.
Dory Funk has seen it all.
And if you're on the receiving end of those forearms, all you see are stars. We're talking about damn near nearly a dozen forearms, and Chris Michaels is beyond all points of wobbly. Certainly ripe for the pinning. Rick Michaels didn't know to break up the pin.
Vertical suplex by the Royal stud Adam Windsor. To the modern wrestling fan, the attack of Windsor and Funk may seem very basic, but in fact, it's actually very complex. It's a lost art, the style of psychological grappling.
And it's not the stuff from some dusty museum. This is actually very potent stuff, and it's very kind of a style of wrestling that a lot of wrestlers today are not well trained in. And if you're not well trained in it, and you're receiving it on the other end of the spectrum, frankly, it hurts like hell.
Big DDT by the Royal stud Adam Windsor. And in a day and age when professional wrestling is shifted far from its original nature as a sport and more into the entertainment facet, it is nice to see somebody bringing fundamental wrestling back. You look at many instances when an athlete would more or less rather do a flashy maneuver to get the oohs and ahs of the crowd than do a more effective maneuver like grabbing onto an arm and trying to rip it out of the socket. Dory Funk Jr. continuing with those patented forearms. He's got Chris Michaels in a double underhook here. Double underhook chicken wing submission brings him up. Double underhook suplex by Dory Funk Jr. Still going. The man that defeated Harley Race for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. A man that's a member of the legendary Funk family. His father, Dory, late great Dory Funk Sr. His brother, Terry, the hardcore legend himself. And now his protege. The Royal stud Adam Windsor in the ring, but Chris Michaels cuts Adam Windsor off with a clothesline.
Of course, you can see Dory Funk and Adam Windsor. Oh, good heaven, that's a forearm right in that face. Chris Michaels.
Wait a minute, it's the Iceberg!
Iceberg had just crushed the legend Dory Funk Jr. Here comes Blackout. Oh, good Lord, and Jeff Bailey. What is the meaning of this? Here comes Onyx. Ease things up, even things up here a little bit.
Break it down here. What the hell is going on here? The NWA Elite ruining this match.
For crying out loud, it's a perfectly exciting textbook tag team matchup here, and a tournament matchup too. Totally destroyed by Bailey's minions.
Rainman and Rick Michaels going at it here. The barbed wire match later tonight, and they didn't want to wait. Jeff Bailey's team, Blackout, eliminated from the tournament. And I guess Bailey, his mindset is that if Blackout couldn't have won a tournament, good grief.
You're rather a sore loser, I would think.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official decision of this contest, a double disqualification. This means both teams have been eliminated from the tournament.
Double disqualification because Onyx got involved on behalf of Rick and Chris Michaels, as well as the NWA Elite. A complete unfortunate chain of events led to both of these teams being tossed out of the tournament, thanks to the NWA Elite.
I suppose if Bailey's team couldn't win it, he wanted to ensure that the team that defeated